Hey there, this is Christy Martin with BrightSpiritRising.com, and welcome to the new moon reading for May 2018. It's an exciting time. I'll be reading from my Spirit Animal Awareness deck, and if you'd like a deck of your own, just visit me at BrightSpiritRising.com. I'll leave the link down below. So as I shuffle here, let's just talk about the energy of the last couple of days. If you have felt like the energy's been a little bit wonky, whoa, I've certainly felt that way, and I know of a number of people who have as well. Not wonky in a bad way, just kind of like woo-woo, kind of weird. If you've had just insights popping into your head, if you've just been called to play hooky from what you should be doing and go and hit the woods, or whatever it is, don't feel like it's just you, because that's been happening. Now, this particular new moon, I looked at the calendar a couple days ago, and it was like, whoa, it's a 5:15 new moon, and there was something about it that just jumped out at me. It's like, this is a real portal. So this feeling very strongly that this particular new moons are really great for setting intentions as new beginnings, but this particular one feels like it's just amplified. And somebody told me there were some astrological things going on that were pretty powerful. I'm not even sure what, but I believe it because I feel a lot of energy around this, and it really does feel like it's a portal. So for those of you who feel like you're stepping into your purpose, or stepping into a new phase in life, or just stepping out of kind of stuff where you don't want to be, this is a really, really powerful time. So this is an especially important time, not important, but powerful time to set intentions for any kind of new endeavor that you want, new things that you want to see coming into your life. It's a really, really great time to start thinking about that, setting your intentions. And so that's what I'd like to really address in this reading, is setting intentions, not just for this month, but potentially for a new phase in life. Potentially, it feels like the whole earth is doing this right now, just the whole, us as a collective, stepping into a real new phase of being. So I have kind of shuffled these cards, and this time I remembered to kind of feel into what each card is to represent. I do this intuitively in this particular type of reading. And the first card is to represent intention. So this really doubles down on this whole idea of this is a really great time to be setting intentions. So intention, combination of several things. It's vision. It's kind of seeing where we want to be, what we would like to see happen. Ideally, we will do that from a centered place, a place that's in alignment with our soul's purpose, and not just our mind and what our mind wants to do. So you might want to spend some time just really in meditation before setting intentions, or as part of the process. So vision is part of it. Will, the desire to have this thing happen is very important, and also faith. Once you have that intention set, to believe it, to know that it can be a reality for you. So vision, will, and faith, all important parts of setting intention. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and choose a card to be the intention card. I usually do this with my eyes closed, and this is the one that's coming through, Wolf. Okay. All right, so let's feel into Wolf and see what kind of wolf guidance Wolf wants to give us in terms of setting our intentions, not just for this month, but for the next phase in your life, in your business, in your purpose, or whatever it is that you're working on. So what I'm getting from Wolf is this whole idea of tracking. And in order to track, you really, really need to know, have that vision in sight, or if you're smelling, just kind of, it's the sense of, once you see it, to really lock it into your consciousness. Okay, so like when they give a bloodhound the scent, then they really sniff at that, and then they've got that set in their mind. It's like, this is what I'm after. So the encouragement is to be very clear. Get yourself very, very clear on your intentions. For instance, if you are feeling like, okay, I really need, at this point, it's time for me to start a new business. Okay, so you want to get very clear on exactly who you're here to help and what value you have for them. What's the actual real value? Just setting that intention. If you are perhaps looking for a relationship, what is it that you value in a relationship? What are you looking for in a soulmate? Maybe write down the top 5 things that you value in a soulmate and really paint a picture of that. To get very, very clear, not just I want to find my soulmate, but exactly what is it that makes a person a viable person to be your soulmate. So getting very, very clear clarity is what Wolf is bringing. Okay, so the next card is, they were very, actually this was very interesting. When I asked about this next card, the first thing came in was snake. Snake came in. It's like, oh, well, that's really more of a guide and not. So I'm just going to talk a little about snake. And it became clear that this was really about action. So because it was the movement of the snake that was really calling me. So I'm going to talk about that. So we're going to get sort of a double one for a snake, unless snake happens to come up in the cards. So action. Snake really, the image that I got was this really snaking back and forth. So this kind of flexibility and ability to make, to move around obstacles very quickly, agility. Okay, so as it's when we're setting intention setting, and actually that clarity aspect, that's the first part of it. But then it's really imperative to take action, and in accordance with our guidance. Okay, so this is an encouragement to really be willing to shift what you do in order to move with that guidance and be fluid about that. Because sometimes we get set in our ways, and we might at some point in following our intentions, and following through with that, come up against maybe set habits that we have or something that we might need to just be a little flexible about moving around. Okay, so that's guidance from Snake. Let's see if there's another one that wants to come through with the cards. Again, I'm shuffling. I'm not, okay, this one's popping up. So Bison. Okay, Bison, oh, gratitude keeps coming up for me, for Bison, this gratitude. So whatever comes up when you're taking your action, what it's telling me to do is, with every action that you take, do it as a sense of, this action is actually a prayer. This action is actually a prayer of gratitude that my desires are manifesting right now through this action. And that, and again, coming back to this faith idea, is like, yes, this is here for me. This is coming in, and I'm bringing it in, and thank you for this as you're doing the action. Okay, so make the action an act of gratitude as you move forward towards your intentions. Okay, and then the third card, it took a while to come in. What was coming in was, this is the card that represents chance. And it's an interesting concept, chance, because the more attuned that you become with the more aligned you become with your higher self, with your purpose, the more you are likely to see these chance happenings occurring, these synchronicities. So encouragement here is to really look out for synchronicities in your life, or just, accept them, because sometimes they are so wildly, like, who could have made this up? And just realize if you do come up with some of that, then it's guiding you. It's telling you, yeah, you're on the right track. Okay, so the one coming forward for this, for chance and opportunity, is mouse. Okay, let me feel into what mouse is saying about this. Okay, so there's nothing that really, chance is sort of this odd concept because in some ways we can't, like, nothing is totally set in stone. There's always a possibility that things will shift because we've got so many people on the planet and so many wills, and when somebody changes their mind, if it makes a little mind shift, that will change everything. Okay, so we've got all these shifting things happening. So there is, okay, I know what this is saying now, to be really open to, um, that there can be details that happen, and not to be set on any particular detail, because mouse has a lot to do with attention to detail. Okay, and so this is sort of like a counteraction to that first one, wolf, and which is interesting because wolf will prey on mouse. So wolf's telling us to be very, very clear on our detail. Snake came in to tell us to be flexible, and mouse is coming in talking about, like, really attention to detail. Yes, we want to be attentive to detail, but we also want to be flexible in terms of that detail. So mouse is just kind of asking us to, store those little details in our minds. But like the storehouse of a mouse, it's got all these little, it's not just one solid clump. Okay, so it can be. Let me put it this way. When you set your intention, don't set it too rigidly. Okay, be willing to allow that it can take a little bit more granular form, or a way it can be. My dog just scratching his head off. It, this or something better is basically the idea of it, where we can always, there may always be more, because mouse is always bringing more in. And if you know about mice, that's this idea of fecundity, of just making more and making more and making more. So whatever it is that we're asking for, there can be more of it. There's, abundance is huge. Bison also has a lot to do with abundance. So be willing to shift what you're doing and open to the idea of even more abundance coming in. Okay, so that's the reading for this new moon, May 2018. Again, to reiterate, wolf telling us to be very clear on our intentions. Bison is along with snake as well. Snake asking us to be flexible about that. Bison really encouraging the gratitude, and as we take action to maintain in our minds, this is coming to us, and thank you, thank you, thank you. And mouse about abundance and being open to, just really, this could be even more than I have asked for, and being open to that. So have a wonderful new moon. And again, you can, if you would like your own Spirit Animal deck, they're available at brightspiritrising.com. If you enjoyed this reading, please do like, share, subscribe. If you hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications of new readings. And also visit me at brightspiritrising.com. I've got a meditation where you can connect with your spirit animal, and some other good stuff on there. So take it easy and have a great week.